But sticking on the topic of X-Men, Kyle. This is another one coming from My Time to Shine. Hello. You look so impressed with this one.
It's my eyes, but yeah, at the same time, just seeing that, yeah. Right.
Marvel Studios is considering The Rock to play Apocalypse in the X-Men movie. Now, I'm going to say something here that I don't think you will completely agree with, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock can act, and he's had moments where he's shown that. But a lot of the time, he plays the same character. A lot of the time, he plays comedic characters. Now, he's got his UFC movie coming up. I'm pretty sure it's called Fight Machine, where he plays Mark Kerr, I believe. I've just seen him doing some training for that. He's dedicated to that. This is an A24 film, and it's going to be a bit more serious. I want to see how The Rock does in that before I say completely or not if he's going to play Apocalypse.
Don't get me wrong. I like The Rock.
I do as well.
I just don't think he's had that. You know, like how John Cena had that opportunity to really sort of, you know, he had his fun doing sort of like, you know, figuring out what he suits, and John Cena definitely just, you know, hits the nail on the head when it becomes sort of like the comedy aspect of it. Not, you know, that's not discrediting him as an actor and saying he can't act. That's just saying like he's so good at the comedy acting, and
yeah,
you know,
which a lot of people would agree is harder to do.
Yeah,
making someone laugh is a lot harder than making someone cry.
Yeah. You make me cry and laugh when you make me laugh.
Just that funny.
Yeah, when you make me laugh, I cry.
Unfortunately, I cannot showcase my full comedic talents here on this channel because we would no longer have a channel.
Yeah, but yeah, going back to The Rock anyways, I think he's definitely, like, I know he's been in a couple things I've not really seen, you know, but he's been in sort of very like light-hearted roles from what I've seen, you know, like Jumanji, but I know he's been in a couple of other
When
things
I think
that
of
were
where he
kind
was
of
really
serious.
good, Pain and Gain with Mark Wahlberg and Anthony Mackie. That film I don't think was great, but I thought he was particularly good in it.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, he really just kind of had to act like an idiot, to be honest, in that film. But okay, I guess, sort of. I don't know. He needs to kind of figure out what type of actor he is, because at the end of the day, I get it. He wanted to do Black Adam, and I was looking forward to it. I was excited for him to get excited and for him to do this. It seemed like a real sort of passion project for him. But Jesus fucking Christ, what the hell was that film? It wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it was just like, The Rock, come on, dude. If you are hyping up this film and you are saying you put all your effort into it, it's not going to bode well when you want to do something else in the future, a bit more serious, or have the reins a bit more, be the standout, or be the main character in a franchise or something like that.
Yeah.
It's not really a good thing that he did that. That was probably like the worst marketing thing he could do.
Now, if Marvel Studios is looking at The Rock for this role, it says a couple of things to me. They want to go with a physical costume for the character.
Yeah.
Which they did with Oscar Isaacs. Kind of didn't work with Oscar Isaac because
I felt like Oscar Isaac was just, he had way too much padding on him.
Yeah. He had that sort of Batman neck going on as well, where he could only...
Yeah, I mean, it the face looks okay, but still, wasn't the strongest
It's
adaptation.
like Ivan Ooze from Power Rangers.
Yeah, Ivan Ooze. I remember
Now,
that guy.
I've been doing a little cheeky Game of Thrones rewatch lately in anticipation for House of the Dragon coming back.
I thought you were such that. I had a cheeky wank. I was like, where's this going?
The giants in Game of Thrones. I think you could get Dwayne, get him in prosthetics, full suit on, and a lot of the giant stuff they do in Game of Thrones is like forced perspective. You know, to make him look bigger than he actually is.
Hmm.
So maybe they might try something like that. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why they're doing it like that. I did have another something on my top of my head.
I mean, shit. Yeah, The Rock would look amazing as Apocalypse. Like, it would look really cool.
Yeah,
But he's got the mask for it definitely, and he's if you just change this guy and put all the stuff on his face to make him look like that, and have the armor would just look awesome on him. He would definitely be able to do it. It's just,
he would.
yeah,
There's just one thing he needs to get over.
yeah,
Apocalypse isn't an anti-hero.
yeah,
The villain.
yeah.
And I think that is where this might fall apart.
Yeah,
He needs to, because it got revealed that The Rock didn't want to be a villain in Shazam. He was like,
which was a big mistake, by
big
the way.
mistake.
Yeah,
Big mistake.
like you can be the villain of something and be like the most loved part of it.
Best
look
character.
at Thanos.
Thanos.
Yeah, look at Loki.
Killmonger
Yeah,
in Black Panther.
and yeah, the Rock kind of cheesed it. I think he kind of probably forced that push of, oh no, let's make him an anti-hero. Anti-heroes are cool, and it's like,
It's like, come on, mate.
they are if they're done right.
Black Adam ain't Deadpool.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think that's one thing he needs to be able to wrap his head around. Which I think The Rock is in a different level of his career now. He understands. I need to switch it up a bit. That's why he's doing this UFC film, this smaller budget film.
but at the same time, I don't want him to have any sort of creative control with the character or the surrounding elements of that character, because again, you look at Black Adam, if he had the control that he was talking about, he's made some really big mistakes with that as a film as a whole.
Yeah, the hierarchy of the DC universe.
Yeah, and all
definitely
that bollocks,
did. It definitely did change, just not how he was expecting.
yeah, and like he didn't, hats off to him. He got, I reckon he was, he played a big part of getting Henry Cavill back for that cameo. But that cameo led fucking nowhere, so it was just kind of pointless. That's like the only good thing in that film. But, even then, you look at the suit looks great, by the way. I gotta say that, the suit was great.
That hot toy, the only thing stopping me from getting that Black Adam hot toy is I don't have an emotional connection to that character.
Yeah, and as well, I know there was some talk about him being the villain in one of the Shazam films. He should have just been the villain, man. He would have been so cool.
He would have ate that roll up.
Yeah, like, it definitely would have worked having these two very, similar but opposite.
Yeah.
And, two different worlds sort of colliding, I guess. That would have been really good, and I definitely think that it would have given a bit more of a edge to the character of Black Adam. Just that, like, you see him as, like, he's doing these evil things, but you look at where he sort of come from and, the things he sort of suffered. It's kind of like, you can't justify it, of course, but it's just like, I feel kind of sorry for him.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
But yeah, he could do Apocalypse. He could.
Yeah.
But a few things need to happen is, yeah, he's got the physicality for it. Let's see how he performs in this A24 movie that's coming out. And he needs to get in his head that he is the villain. But he doesn't need to think he's doing a bad thing, Because look at Thanos as a villain. He thinks he's doing the right thing. He needs to get in that headspace.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see if this comes true or not. It seems a little bit too
At the end
early.
of the day, at the end of the day, he's an actor, and no one's
Yeah.
going to be like, oh, because he fucking killed a load of people playing as a big villain, he's a fucking bastard in real life. It's not like that. It's a fucking film, man. We love the performance. That's what we go in to really see. All the extra stuff it's like, our ratings and things like that. Yeah, I guess it's nice to have visually, but it's not going to make the film any better.
Yeah, because you can get a couple of extra fucks in there.
That's it.
But yeah. Anyway,